Hi guys, welcome to my channel once again. And this channel is purposely for tech training. So if you are interested in learning tech, then this is the right channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and share the channel. Whether you are watching on TikTok or on YouTube, which is Wired for Tech podcast, that's on YouTube. Okay, so if you want to watch full-length videos, ubetumi ako YouTube no akohe short videos on so wait me ahwe. So today, I think last week I posted, or this week, yeah, I think last week, me started some series on coding into how to build and I say CDA develop a login for. Now, Ubi message me said, why don't I start from the basics? Because if I teach you how to build a login form without knowing the basics, I don't think it's fair. And yes, I understand. In TNA, I'm going to walk you through, I mean, the basics of web development or web app development. In TNA, start HTML, what you need to know in HTML as the foundation to start building websites or web applications. Okay, so without talking too much, follow, like, share, don't forget. And also, there will be a class on website development. While you're interested, just send me a message. Yeah, better how you can build a website as a side business. Learning tech, you should also have a tech business mind as well. Because, with tech, you can do part-time jobs or even full-time. You can be a software developer or a web developer full-time. Into our energy also based on web development. No? Yes, share class B. Two you're interested at. Just send me a message. Learn how to build websites and build websites for companies and start making money part-time or full-time. Okay, so let's move straight to the computer. Yanko your computer so now. Yanko the basics of HTML structure. In web development, you use or software development, you use different languages. Into the basic or the foundation is to learn HTML. Into I'm going to teach you that. Straight to the classroom. Bye. Or see you in the classroom, not bye. Okay, into yaba your VS Code. Into VS Code, a tool, yeah, the code. Into yeah, but started with the basics of HTML, which is the foundation block. Said the MD can. In HTML, these are the topics or what you need to know in order to build a foundation for a website or a web application. So you either be creating headings or titles, then you also be creating paragraphs or text. Then we have links, how to create links, that links to other websites. Then how you can insert images, how you build forms, how you create tables to store data, how you insert audio, then also how you insert videos. Into the way the basics, if you understand this, you can build upon. Into first thing, how you bet me create headings and answer titles. So go news page be say you see the title first, then the text or the paragraphs or the sentences also follows. Now HTML before you start coding, you should understand the tags or the elements. Into what you see here is the heading tag. So we have H1, then you close the tag with what? So HTML has two ways of writing tags or elements. Into this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. The difference between the two, and I say in the closing one, say backslash biwaha like this. So all closing tags has this kind of backslash or forward slash. Actually, I don't know, but this is how it is. Then in between the two tags, your content goes there. So let's say this is my first news. Yeah. Into this is a title inside the opening tag or opening heading element or closing heading element. So H1 is a heading element 1. Into HTML were 6 types of headings. So we have H1, H2. I just did copy and paste. I paste again. I paste again. Control V. Then we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. Then the last one we have 6. Into HTML allows you to create different heading sizes. Into from 1 to 6, as you go up, then the text reduces. As you go up, then the text what reduces. Into 1 be kese, followed by 2, which will be a bit smaller than 1. Then 3 heading using H3 will be smaller than H2. H4 will be smaller than. Into let's see what we get now. So into me save ni acquire browser name, then we refresh. Until you see 1 ni 1 neso, 2 no ene di ho sa, so 6 ene eketo akra. Into create heading in HTML. For example, let me go to my Joy Online. So my Joy Online or my Joy News, you see that, let's go there. Tune said news, and when they are creating or posting a news, you see the headings. So like this is the heading. When you open this, you see say yeah, so this is the heading of the news before any other metadata. Then this will be what the text or the paragraphs or the sentence. In creating the headings, you can use H1 through to H6 depending on the size. Let me quickly inspect this. To right click now, Umia Inspector. You get this. Then you can inspect the title. Why is this thing kept long like that? Okay. So elements. Okay. So my main inspect element. You see that this is what. I'll click on this. Then yeah. So you see this is what. This title was created with what? An H1 element. H1 element. Let me try to manipulate it at the front end. Let me use H4. The size of it. So and say ayaketo akakra. Let me use H6. H6. Say ayaketo. Yeah. This one I'm just manipulating it from the front end. It will not affect the original size. Or restart the page now, it will come back to the original size. Okay. Into that is how headings are created in news posts or in posts. Okay, into this is our H1 to H6. Right, so the next thing that I want to look at is how we can create paragraphs. So what I'll do is say I'll go to a site called Lorem Ipsum. Then I'll just pick some dummy text. So let me see. Let me just get some dummy text from Lorem. Then we use it. So Lorem Ipsum is just one of the sites that you can use to create. You can get dummy text for your projects. Okay. So I'll copy this. Seems my internet is slow. I don't know why. Okay, I'll copy this. All right. Then I go back to the VS Code. Then to create a paragraph, you need to use the p tag. So HTML has a tag called paragraph tag, which is or p the p element. Okay, so inside the p element I will paste the text that I copied. All right, but I think the text is too long, so I'll break it so that we can see it on the screen. Okay, right. Right, so this is the p tag, and inside the p tag we can have our lorem ipsum text. Into assuming say we want to create a heading, an h1 heading for this, maybe we are assuming say we are posting news. So I'll just copy this. I'll copy this, then use. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think it was what is lorem ipsum. Okay, so I can just use this. I save it, go back to the browser. Let me close this. Then let me refresh. Right, so you see we get the title and the content. Very simple. So that is how you can, create paragraphs and headings in HTML. Then the next thing is how we can create links. So there are two types of links in HTML. We have the absolute link, which will link you out of your page. Then we also have the relative link, which will link you inside your page, right? Okay, so until we are going, see there, we can code those links. Okay, until or sometimes too it is called internal links, then external links. So internal links can link within your web page or the page itself, or between pages or files of your website. Then external will link outside. Okay, until let's look at how we can create internal links. Okay, the next thing I'm a person casa about how to create links in HTML. Your internal links, which links you to pages or files in your web folder. And your external links, that links you outside your website. Then we also have anchor links, which link you within the page that you are working on. For instance, in the internal link, we can have, let's say, some pages in our file, and the element used to create link is the anchor link. So href. So let me do this. Ahref equal to, then we close it. Then we have the closing a tag, anchor tag. So here, let's say we have about us. So about us, then this link will link to about us.html. So in that case, we should have a file. No, let's just make it about. So we should create a file, another file in the same folder called about.html. All right. So this link that we've created, we save it. Then I'll copy again and create another link that will link us back to the page that we are. So basics.html. So this will be the basics page, right? But the about us doesn't have any content in it yet. So when we navigate there, we will not see anything. So let's see it from the front end. Refresh the page. So you see we have the about us that links us to the about.html page, but because we don't have any content there, so maybe we can create this one there. So So I will first of all insert the HTML, then I save. So let's go back and refresh. Yeah, so we have the basics. When I click on this again, it will take me back to the about page. This is how I ubet create what internal links. So let's look at external link. External link bet me a link outside your HTML file. So let's say maybe visit google.com or visit Google. Then you put Google's URL here like this. So inside the href is the hypertext reference. Yeah, so that is where you are referencing the link, or you are where you put the link that you want to visit to. It is also create a link to another page from your website. This is how you do it. You use the external link. Then let me refresh. So visit Google. You see that this will load Google's website for us. Very simple. Into this is how you can create links. Later you can style it so that it seems that they are all on the same line, but you can style it using CSS. Okay, then we have anchor tags. So anchor tag can be that you have a file within your page. Until let's say maybe we have forms, right? Then we just do maybe navigate to forms. So in this page, maybe we decide to create a form, or we create form tag, even though we are here to do that. Then maybe we create some inputs. Then here we create an ID called forms. So by this, if we have, let's say, let me copy all these and put it here so that it will hide the forms for us, or it will push the forms down. Okay, so I'll save, go back to the page and refresh. So you see the forms is hidden now. So we just did one input, but for you to know that that's the form, I'll create a simple H4 title and call it my form. Then I think let me even put the ID here so that it loads the my form for us. Okay, to refresh. So assuming it's hidden, we don't see it, but we have navigate to forms. When I click on this, do you see that it brings me down here? So anchor links are used to create links within the same page. So this is inside the basics page. When you click on it, it moves you down to where the ID is. That is the forms. Okay, so I can even put this here so that it becomes the form title. So when I refresh, it's still the same. Okay, so that's how we can create, or these are the different types of links that we can create. Okay, until we are done with that, now let's see. The next thing is how to insert images in our web page or website. So to insert an image, we use the image tag. So this is the image tag. But one thing that you should note about the image tag is a self-closing tag. That means it doesn't have a closing tag like this. It need be say, you see all the rest has closing tags, but image tag or image element doesn't have a closing tag. It's a self-closing tag like this. So you can write it like this, or you can just do it like this. So you can write it like this, or you can leave it like this. It will still work. Then the source is, so this is source. Source is where you will tell, source is where you tell the HTML to pick The source no is where you tell HTML to pick the image from. Into where your sidebar we have some images. We have banner.jpg, which is our image. Until we will call it in the source file. So I'll just call banner.jpg. So we have it here. Then alt is the alternate name or alternative name, sorry. Into maybe we can call it banner image. Into this name or no, in instances where the image doesn't load, then the banner, the alternative text will show. Into say you use screen reader, it will tell whoever is using the cell this section has a banner image here. Until I've saved it, let's go to the page and refresh. Then we have our image kakraka. So in the image tag, you can customize your height. Until let's say height, I'll go for maybe 250. Then the width, I'll go for also 250. Until this will reduce the image size, a better swabber 250 by 250. But so per se image never format, I think I'll see you use the break tag. There is a tag called break. BR. TBR means break the page. It's also a self-closing tag. So you can do this. So this is 2 breaks. I want 2 breaks into my use 2. No? Into all wherever you want a break, you can put them there so that it creates breaks between your elements for you. This is at the HTML level. Okay, so you see, say I break it all for us. I push it them too. One thing that you should note is that in HTML, that we have block elements which moves down or arranges down automatically. But there are other elements that you need to break them by using the break tag. Okay. I think we've seen how to create headings, paragraphs, links, images, how to insert images. Then the next thing is how to create forms. Into forms, and so we use the form tag. Then the action is where, assuming you are saving the form, the action will be the link to where the backend that you save the form. So we have the input, which creates the text box. So by default, maybe we are going to use maybe first name. So this will be the first name. Then we create a text for it. We give it a name of, let's say, first name. Okay. Then I'll just make a copy, bring it down here and call it last name. So I'll give it a name of last name. Actually, this name is what will hold the data that somebody inputs. That is somebody's. If I input my first name Alex, this name will hold it. Then I put my last name here. This last name will hold it. That's from the front end. And or then you call these names to input the data our user and into the server. And also it's another way. When we look at backend, we will learn that too. They just leave it for now. So if you want to create maybe an email, or you want to take an email, then the type will be email. So depending on what you are taking from the user, if it's just text, you make the type text. If it's email, you make the type email. Then the name too will be email. Then maybe you want to take their maybe telephone number. So this one too, you can make it text. Yeah, text is fine. Then we call it telephone, maybe underscore number. Sometimes if you make it, somebody will say, why don't we make a number? Number is mostly from 1 upwards. But to be on a safer side, just make it text. But if you want to collect other numbers apart from phone numbers, maybe age, which is numbers, integers, you can use the type, or you can input the type as number. Then one thing that is important is when you are creating for password, I will set type and a password so that data will be masked. When I say masked, that means nobody will see what you are inputting. Until let's see, I've saved it. Share what will show at the front end. Yeah, so this is what we have. We can break them down. So let's try and break them down so that it arranges in, one after the other. So I'll just use the break, the break, the break, break. Then we can create the submit button. So we have two ways. You can use input tag, then you call the type as button, which will work, or you can use the button tag itself to create a button. So maybe this will be submit, then we call the type as type is equal to also submit. So this is a submit button, right? So let's see what we get at the front end now. So I'll just refresh and we have first name, last name, email, telephone. So phone password and yeah masking until when you type there, you won't see it once a bed dot dot. So because we use the type as password. Then email, so if you decide to type any wrong email there, it will prompt you because you are setting the field as what? Email. Till try say a submit here, you get an error there, or say that please include an @ sign. Because said the input type, we made it email, so HTML recognize it and want you to put the correct @ symbol there so that it depicts an email. Until mostly, if you are creating for web URLs, you can use URL as the data type. If you want to do checkboxes or radios and all that, you can also, we have types, radio, which you can use. Let me see if I can create one. So let's say maybe I want to do an input type as a checkbox or radio. Then the name will be, let's say, mail. Then I can have another one. Okay, let me save and refresh. So this is, let's call this gender. So when you refresh, you see the checkbox, you can check it. If you want radio, you just make the type as what? Radio. That one will be round. Okay, let's see that one as well. So you see it's round, you can check that. Then we have select. Let me quickly do that. So let's see, maybe the gender, we want to create a select box for it, or a selection or a drop down list. So we can use the select, then inside the select we create options. So based on the options, so let's say this female, then this male, then the title is male, then here we have female. Then we will have another option, then we call it as what? Select gender. Okay, so let me refresh. Right, yeah, so we get a selection box which can help us to select. So you just do your entries, you create your email, you enter your telephone number, you create your password, you select or you choose. Either you check or you choose. Then when you are done, you submit. Okay, so we have, this is just the layout. We've not styled it. Yeah, this is just a skeleton or a foundation. So that is how we can create forms. Quickly, let's look at how we can create tables using the table tag. So we have table tag. Then in the table tag, we can have, let's say, the table head. Then in the table head, we create our table row. Then inside the table row, we can have our table T head. That is the title of the table. So maybe we can have ID. Let me copy again. Then let's say we have name. Then we have, let's say, contact. So this creates the heading of the table inside the table head. Then we can have the table body. Then inside the table body too, we can have our TR. Then inside our TR, we create the table data. So note the difference. This is table head or header. Sorry, table header, which represents the headings. Then in the body, so this is the table head. You have the headings. Then in the table body, you create so ID. This will be ID1. Then full name will be, let's say, we have Kwakudapa. Then phone number, we create maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So note something. This is TD and this is TH. So this table data. Note the difference. Then I copy all these for the next. So that's for row 1, then row 2, row 3. So 2, 3. So we have, no, I think 1, 2, 3. So there's 4. So we have created a table with 4 records. Let's refresh and see. Yeah. So let me scroll down. We have it. But it doesn't have the borders around it. So to create borders inside the table, we can use this border equal to, let's say, 1 pixel. So this will create a border with size 1 pixel around it. Yeah, like this. If you want to style it well, you can use CSS to do that. Yeah, so you look at how we can use CSS to style. I think we are good to go. Yeah, let me save and refresh again. Yes, so this is what we have. So what else can we look at? We look at how to insert audio, then also video. So let's look at that quickly. If you're able to do this, then you are good to go. The next thing is to learn how to style. So to embed videos, we have different ways of doing that. You can embed YouTube videos, or you can host your own video and put it inside your web page. So I'll do a break, another break. Then we would use the audio tag. So the HTML5, we have the audio tag, which you can use to do that. Then in the audio tag, we have here, we will put the controls here. This will put controls in your on the video player. If you don't put controls here, you won't see the play, pause, and blah blah blah. Then you have your source. Then inside your source, you call the source of your video. So this is audio. So I have this audio here, which I will call here. So I have this MP3. So then you tell us the type. So the type will be, we have 2 types. So it will be audio. Yeah, audio /impeg. So that's my type. or that's the type of the audio that I'm inserting. Then if your browser doesn't support music playing, you can pass this text. Your browser does not support, the audio, so that if your browser does not support it, this text will show for your users to know that your browser does not support it. So let me quickly refresh. So we have it here. And start playing. This is how you can insert the class. So for video 2, you just use your video tag. We don't need the source here for now. So I'll cut it, then bring this tag, the closing tag down. So audio 2, we can insert controls. Then we can also give it a width so that it doesn't take up the whole space. So let's give it a width of 500. Then we tell the source of our video. So it's almost the same like how you insert audio. Then the type, this is maybe video mp4. Yeah. So video slash mp4. So depending on your audio, your audio or video type. So this is mp4. So I'll choose the video type as mp4. If it's a different format, you put that format here. So let me save this. I save it. Let me create a break here so that it doesn't join with the audio. Let's go to the and refresh. Yeah, so we have our video here. We can now play it. Yeah. Oh, Inti, if you're able to understand this and do this, this forms the foundation of every website or web application that you see. This is the first thing that you need to learn. Usua we are. Then you learn how to style it to look nice. Into the next training will be how to style the page for it to look nice. You arrange headers, banners, and all that. Today is just the basics. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and also like us. If you are watching on YouTube, click on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, share to others, invite more people to like. If you are watching on TikTok too, follow your share video no. Now put it on your favorite for others to also watch. Follow us and learn about tech. Tech is one of the best industries to get yourself involved because you can make money part-time building websites for companies and all that, or building software to sell or work for other companies and earn at the end of the month, and also still be doing part-time projects to make money. I love you all. Subscribe to my channel and let's grow this channel together. Bye.